What's going on, world? It's your boy Dwight with another video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, because we're going down on a journey of how I started and my experience in the courier services, and hopefully other people can take some advice and some of my opinions and strategies that I use and implement it in their own businesses to flourish and be profitable out there. So please stay tuned with me.
Oh, girl, I'm on the way. Hey. I just left the club and I'm about to make a play. I'm on the way. Wait. She told me that she cooking. I said, gonna make a plate. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
Okay, so check this out. I want to make this video about the next step I took to start getting into branding and marketing the company that I was coming up with. The first thing I did was I wanted to make a logo. I wanted to make a logo because I figured every company got their own personal stamp and imagery that represents the establishment that they're trying to build. So you'll become familiar when you see me outside or whatever and recognize that's my company. So I want to be recognizable to the world, so I knew I needed a logo. Remember, when you're making a logo, you want to keep it kind of simplistic. I see a lot of people kind of, when they make logos, they do all this artistry and things like that. But remember, usually when you see a logo, it's either on something that you passing by real quickly. So most customers won't be able even to focus on your detailed artistry. So when you think about Nike and the simple check or the McDonald arch, it's just something we ride by, we see, and if our mind is, drawn to it, we go. My company is I Am Courier. It's just a big capital I with the street going down the middle. That's basically my logo. So remember, try to keep it simple. Come up with something clever, though, that represents you. And if you want to be detailed and put the artistry in there, why, go ahead. Somebody may, you may blow up, be a big company, and people might just study it one day and be like, hey, that's a real nice logo. So nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying this because I'm getting into the digital portion of what I did when I started. So the next thing I did was I wanted to make a Google page, because I know Google is the #1 search engine in the world, and that's where everybody really go to search, look up stuff, and really check reviews on most companies, and that's the easy, free way to do it. I started off with Google. Now, back when I did it, they used to send you a card in the mail with a validation code, and once you got that code, you would get it out the mailbox, put it in, and bam, that will prove that your business really is at the location that you said it was at. Now I think they do something with video verification. I don't know if anybody can come in and say like what they do now, but that's what I did. It's one of the #1 search engines in the world, and it's free to make a business account on it. So go for it. Anything you can do that's free, make an account on it. It's not charging you anything. That's your first marketing strategy. You ain't got a lot of overhead when you deal with digital marketing like that. So find those free marketing and social media platforms, hop on it, and post away. That's what I say do. The next thing I did, which will cost you some money whether you do it yourself or not, is a website. I want to get a website. You need a website as far as growing to a certain professionalism, especially if you are a delivery service or a courier service that wants to get into doing like regional work and more worldwide and expensive things you moving around. People gonna research you, and your website is kind of like your professional resume somewhat. I know they'll hop on there and they'll Google search you. But once again, it's free. Anybody can get a Google web page. So they'll see if you got a website, see, if you're invested in stuff like that. They'll go look and see how professional the website is and what all it entails, and judge you off that. So make sure when you build a website, it's professional. It got everything on it. It is what you say you is, with the information that you structured in the first couple of videos that I made. So I always have that together. The next thing I did was I wanted to kind of I guess I ain't gonna say be neck and neck with the larger competitors and the level that we trying to get to. Because everybody who started business at some point, we call ourselves small business, but we don't want to always be in that category. One day we want to be big businesses. So your competitors in the courier delivery service world would be like FedEx, UPS, those big companies like that. My computer went out. Looking at my notes. So I I went out and I was like, okay, what are some things I can implement to make me put myself on the level of where I want to be? And another thing was dress code. Now, when I say dress code, I ain't talking about suits and ties and professional button ups. I'm just talking about going into branding because when they walk in the door, you know it's a FedEx driver. They got on the purple or their colors. When UPS walk in the door, you know it's UPS. They got on the brown. People familiarize themselves with it. So your color structures, your logos, everything matter. Me, I'm blue and yellow. So I always walk around. Right now, I have on a shirt and it's embroidered with my logo. And I made sure I got these shirts, maybe some polos. I really don't wear button ups, so I don't have any button ups. I made some hats. I went and got some badges, like work badges done. And you can upload a picture on there, type your name, pick what color you want it to be, put your business name on it, put some information on the back and all that, and kind of make yourself some credentials. Because what we don't know is when we see people with those badges and work assets, we automatically assume like it's some government issued credentials or something. No, you can go online, make your work badge, and look just as professional as any other company out here. You know, though it's your personal preference, and I can tell you some of the advantages I had of doing this and marketing and branding myself digitally like this because at the end of the day, I remember I had to go do a run. A couple of people, other drivers had to come with me too because it was so much stuff. I had a cargo van. Now, we was taking boxes. Once we get there, it's a trophy store. It's like a million trophies. I don't know what kind of award show they was doing, but there were boxes on boxes on boxes. I filled my van up. The other driver filled their van up. I think it was like three of us. I have on my shirt with my business name. I got my badge on. I also took my logo and I got some decals made, some large decals. I stuck it on my van, on the side of my van with my number, my email address like that, along with some other information of how I take payment. And when I ride around, I'm looking like I am courier. So we pull up and this award show, it's at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. As far as security, I noticed the guy in front of me, he got professional equipment and everything and probably got a business structure and all. But they was asking for information. Of course, we got paperwork, but they want to know who you are still. So I'm sure he probably had to sign in, use some ID and things like that. And it took him a while because he was in front of me. I noticed when I pulled up, the security guard asked me for ID. Number one, my number, my name, my business logo, everything is on the van. When he asked me for my ID or my credentials, I was about to go in my wallet and get it, but he looked at my badge and was like, that'll do. So I gave him my badge, showed him my badge. It had my company name on the same thing as the van. He probably peeping me out. He looking at my shirt. He see the logo everywhere. And he like, okay, go ahead. Wrote my name down and whatever. And then I was like, go ahead. So credentials and stuff mean a whole lot, especially when you got to go into places and they real secure. When you going into the airport and getting stuff from the dock and like warehouse freight, they real secure and they do not just give your stuff away and you got to sign for it. So the professional marketing and branding you do really determines a lot, and I've seen that in most examples, and I know everybody want to be good and professional as possible, but that's just the digital marketing and stuff that I had to do, like as far as get my software device, make a logo, make a website, order these shirts and stuff, which I got my shirts and uniforms and stuff. I ordered some on this website called queensboro.com, popping tees out there in Decatur, Georgia, popping tees. I also did the badges and stuff like that. and the it's fairly cheap. This stuff be like $3-4. If you buy a lot of it, get it in bulk, you can get it even cheaper. Hats, I got hats with I am courier on it, everything, and I bought it from all those sites. As far as my logo, I did it myself, but I know other small businesses and startup companies that have went to I don't know how to pronounce it. It's either Fever or Fiverr, one of those, and they contract artists and people who make logos, and they give you real good deals and prices. I go on Facebook, I look for artists and people who are giving deals out or either just promoting their company and their businesses that make logos, stuff like that you do. Once again, I'm always bartering services, small businesses, helping small businesses becoming big businesses. That's what's really going on. So that's the digital part of marketing and how I started branding. So it's still the physical, and we'll get to that on part two. Please like and subscribe to this video. Send some more subscribers. I hope these stories and my experiences is helping you out some. And even if you're not taking it all, maybe you're taking a little, and it's becoming profitable for you and you out there profiting. You know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody come up. So I am Courier, and I am on the way.